This is an ISA Yachts Grand Turismo 45, and the 45 refers to the fact that this is 45 meters long. It's absolutely incredible. It's 8.6 meters wide, making it wider than my own boat is actually long. It's a steel hull, it's an aluminium superstructure, and it is drop dead gorgeous. And I'm going to give you the full tour of this one. We're going to go to every area. We're doing the accommodation, we're doing the guest areas, we're doing the deck areas, the crew areas, the engine areas, the garage, the lot, and we're starting on the aft deck right here with this fabulous hot tub on the back. Look at that. Isn't that great? And in fact, there's a window in there, in the floor, so that the light goes through into the beach club underneath, and we'll show you that, of course, as we go around. But we're going to head forward first of all. One of the things I think to point out straight away is, when you look at this, it doesn't look like a metal boat, because all of this, the curves and the organic shape that they got into this is incredible. You would think those were moldings, but they're not. That's aluminium. They've done an amazing job. If you look up here, you can see it all the way up through there. It is just spectacular. They've done an incredible job on this one. Another thing to talk about is the music system. And we'll come back to that. Hopefully we'll nip through here before they start cranking it up again. But this is the saloon area. Absolutely fantastic. One of the things that they've done is, you look at designs like this, it looks like a transfer, but this is actually aluminium made over the light. That's absolutely superb. I'm going to nip through here because we want to get in front of these guys. We'll have a look at this properly in a little while, but there's sliding side windows. We'll see it over on this side. And we'll head on forward and work our way around. Side door here, so you can come straight on through into this lobby area. That one is through to the crew area. The reason that they're doing that with the music, hang on. And I will explain that in just a moment. Let's head on forward. This is the owner's cabin. So we've got a lovely little seating area here with a TV. That's great for kids to play, that sort of thing. And then we can come right on through. And you've got this area here. This is the owner's cabin. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at this woodwork. It's such a relaxing feeling boat. There's a balcony on this one, so that's over on this side. So you can trundle out here of a morning if you want to and lean on here. Take a look out down the side of your boat. Got a desk in here, as you can see. There's lovely shalong area. And then if we come forward again, try and stay in front of these guys. We've got the bathroom in here. These taps are incredible, and they're also 2,000 euros each. And then we've got the actual toilet in here, and bidet, and the shower next to them. So that's in that one. Very nice. And then opposite this is the dressing area. So this is a full-on walk-in, well, it's a dressing room, isn't it? Let's be honest. Absolutely superb. Very nice indeed. Okay, we'll keep on going. I think what we're going to do actually is we'll loop back around past these guys. Excuse me.
All through the boat. Yep. That makes sense.
And I'll take you back downstairs. But there is an interesting thing about that cabin, which I will show you. Oh, the music's back on again. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the music, because clearly it's a theme. This boat has an upgraded music system. The owners are really, really into music, so they wanted something special, and they got it. And I'll give you two facts that would explain just how special. Fact number one. They had to install a larger generator than standard to run it. Fact number two, it cost €1 million. That's the music system, not the boat, the music system, €1 million. And so, of course, when that gets mentioned, everybody wants to crank it up and see what it sounds like, which is pretty spectacular. Okay, let's press on a bit further. Some lovely metalwork in places like this. And then we've got, if that music's copyrighted, I'm going to have a real problem, aren't I? Never mind. Let's press on. What's lovely about this is all these muted colours that they put in here. It's really warm and light and contemporary. So it does feel nice and spacious in here. AV equipment, so TVs are built in behind the mirrors, and there are speakers very discreetly dotted around everywhere. You can see them up here, for example. So the whole boat really is wired for sound. Up through here, the ensuite and the shower. And the wardrobes for this cabin are behind the door. Thusly. There we go. These are quite these magnetic catches here that clip back up into place as the door opens. There we go. Okay, we've got another cabin across the other side, which is very, very similar. So double bed, whole windows, the dressing table there, TV again in behind the mirror, ensuite. Same kind of deal really, isn't it? There we go, little mirror wave. Nudge across 2 more cabins as we go forward. Again, this is what I was talking about. So this is almost 3-dimensional. If I run my finger over it, you might be able to hear. So that is actually like a slim aluminium sort of sculpture really that's placed over the light. It's beautiful. Okay, it's going to be a noisy tour, this one, clearly. Never mind, boys will be boys. This is another guest cabin, obviously. You can bring these beds together, make this into a double if you prefer, or have it as 2 singles as we've got at the moment. Wardrobe again, in behind the door. Ensuite again, in like this. And if we cross over, same deal again. So this one's got, they've also got other little bits of storage about the place. So for example, shelves in here, and the wardrobe again over on that side. There we go. A quick look at the bathroom. I can hear people coming. We're being pursued, aren't we? There we go. All right, let's come back out of here and see if we can lose these people. Hi. Okay. Right, I'm going to do a slightly different route to what we would normally do because I'm going to go back forward. Quite a busy boat, this one. Back through the owner's cabin. Dodge around these people. I want to take you back into where the ensuite is because there's storage underneath these steps, but if we go up these steps, it'll take us out onto a private foredeck area for the owners. That's what I was trying to say. There we go. So we've got these nice little areas where you can just relax down here. This is a good place to talk about the music actually, because speakers, 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 speakers. It's a serious, serious system in this boat. It really is. There's a rescue tender under the floor here, so this panel lifts out of the way and that can be lifted out and launched. Also space where you could put jet skis up here on the top if you wanted to. And then of course you've got the windlasses or the ground anchoring kit, that sort of stuff is there, and the crane. And then we'll take a turn around here and step on up and we will discover this area. What's nice about this is you can see the table is on cantilevers. That will drop down, infill, make that a big sunbathing area if you prefer, but a brilliant place to come and have a bit of breakfast, isn't it? And look at this helm station here. And also, you've got areas like this, which are crew areas. So, service stuff and storage and so forth. But even in places like this, which the owner will probably never see, look at the quality of the things like the hinges on it. It's absolutely beautiful. It is a real work of art, this one. Okay, let's shut that one back down. There we go. We'll drop back a bit further. We've got wing station here. he says. Oh, I see. There we go. So the boat can be controlled from here when you're docking. Very important, because if you're coming to a berth like this, you clearly want to be able to stand here and see exactly where you're placing it. This is going back down and along to the cockpit where we came on. We actually looked up that way when I was talking about the structure and the shapes of the aluminium, again with these mega hinges. And then in here is the bridge. Tremendous visibility out of these windows that wrap all the way around like a visor. And then here we've got obviously the navigation screens. We've got camera system on here. Interesting little steering wheel. In fact, these rarely get used because you tend to maneuver these on thrusters and engines when you're out at sea or on autopilot, but nonetheless, of course, it has one. And there it is. This is interesting. This is the control system for the yacht. So if we prod the home button, there we go. This takes us into all kinds of things. So we could look at batteries, for example, and see the state of everything there. We can come back out of there, and then we could go into the diesel system. Look at this. This is properly complex, isn't it? Ventilation, all that kind of stuff is all configured directly from here. There we go. Side access here as well. The other thing that we've got here is, if we come across, well, flags for a start, very important. A lot of the safety books, that kind of thing, are here. Over here is the captain's cabin. And this is really nice. There's a lobby area here with a desk for doing a bit of work. I was very nervous about this. We're all right. Look at this. This is a wonderful cabin. That is really kind of, you know, pretty much a little bit smaller, but guest quality, isn't it? Beautiful. Wardrobes are here. There's a lobby here with a desk in, so you can use this as an office. And the ensuite is in there. And no, I'm not going to. If you watch my videos, you'll know why. I did that once on the boat, and the captain, I knocked on the door, fortunately, and the captain was in there. These things scar me, you know. You don't know what I go through for you people. Let's head on aft. We've got more voices. Another desk area here. So again, great for crew to use for involved in operating the boat. This is all storage down in places like this. So all the way along here, and then we come right on back. And we've got this lobby area. These stairs go back down to the main deck. In fact, we'll probably go back down that way. We might go a different way, we'll see. This is a pantry here. So these will slide open. Oh, there we go, if I pull them in the right direction. And one of the things that you've got here is a food lift over there, which goes down to the galley. So food can be brought up through there. And then if we come on out, we have got this fabulous dining area. Look at that. And it's kind of inside outside because there's curved doors that come all the way around the back, almost like a sort of winter garden. So you can have this enclosed with the glass, or you can have it open as it is at the minute, or what you can have is these, which are like sunscreens that still let the air through. So if I pull that one across, there we go, you can see how that works. And now they're shading this area, but they're still letting the air through. And they wrap all the way around. There we go. And then the doors come out of here, they're powered. So you push the appropriate button. But you see how this is sort of half in and half out because of the way this curves around. That's absolutely fantastic. Let's give those a prod and I'll show you. So that one there powers that. If you look on the other side, you'll see the other one going the same way as well. And then we can wind it back. With that one. Okay, head on round a bit further. We've got the bar area over here, storage underneath, like so. Fantastic relaxing area on the back of the boat. That's a wonderful area actually. That's really nice. About 1 million people have just come off the sun deck, so we'll head on up. excuse me. There we go. How about that? A lapse-in. I've got to be a bit ruthless sometimes. Okay, and here is the sun deck. So this is a wonderful area here on the back because you've got sunbathing in both directions. And then this fantastic table here, again for dining. And we've got the biminis overhead to shade this area. And this I really like because this is the bar area right at the front of the boat, and the view from here is just fantastic because you can sit here looking right out. Even if you're in harbour, as we are at the minute, and berth stern too, as you tend to be in the harbour, that's your view. You're not looking at people wandering past on the dock or them looking at you. You're looking at, well, the harbour. It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, I think we're doing fairly well considering how busy this boat is. Let's keep moving. Usual kind of stuff here, so refrigeration and ice maker and all that kind of stuff is here, sink and so forth, but that is a nice area. Let's shoot on around. Again, speakers, speakers, speakers everywhere. You'd hope so, wouldn't you, for a million? All right, let's go on down. And I think we've covered the upper deck, we've covered the sun deck, and we've covered the main deck, and we've covered the lower deck. So we've got, what have we got? We've got crew areas. Of course we have crew areas to show you, and engine space and garage all to show you. So we'll carry on down. We'll come back into here, and actually it's a bit emptier now, so I'll give you a better idea of how this looks. There we go. Everybody goes running. Okay, let's go around this side because this side is the crew side. So if we come up here and give this a little waft, that'll power that open. That's because obviously the crew have their hands full of dishes or whatever, then that allows them to just come straight through. This door here is where we were looking back when we were, that door there is into the bridge. So when we came along there, we looked down here, and that takes you right back down the boat and off. So good crew routing, because of course they can come through this door here. There is a pantry here. Wine cooler is here, of course, very important. And then we've got the galley here, a load of refrigeration. What's nice with these is, so you've got 4 units here, you've got 4 units over on this side, and all of these can be configured however you like. So you can choose to set the temperature for refrigeration or for freezing. So you can balance those off depending on how you're using the boat. And then the galley is there. Obs. Lots of workspace. And forget Miele, we've got Gaggenau on here. Top of the range. Look at these extractor fans as well. I mean, this is proper sort of, you know, commercial level really, isn't it? Just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's carry on a bit further. This is down to the crew cabins. That door there, straight through, is back into the accommodation. Let me show you. There we go, we're into this lobby area here, just by the owner's cabin and the stairways up. But we're not going that way, we're going this way, because this takes us down to the crew accommodation. Now, this boat is in use, it's being crewed. Hello, I'm sorry, I won't film you. Are you okay? Okay, thank you so much. Hello. So what we've got down here, I'm not getting into all of them, but I will show you one of them. There are 4 crew cabins. They are all twin berths, all en suite, and we've got one opened up so we can have a look at. They're all pretty much the same, and it's like this. So we pull that one over. It's actually a pretty decent room. That is the beds, obs. We've got wardrobes here. I won't open them just in case there's stuff in there. And then the ensuite in here. There we go, with a separate shower. So they're nice crew rooms, really nice. 4 of those, and don't forget we have the captain's cabin that we saw up on the bridge deck. There we go, and then opposite here, I think there's a laundry room somewhere. Where's the laundry room? Is that back? Oh, here we are. I've got it. So, what would you expect to find in a laundry room? Well, washing machines and dryers, and that's exactly what we've got. And so forth. I'll give you a quick look at the mess, but we're not dwelling here because clearly it is very much in use. But that is the mess area over there. All right, let's carry on. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
We're making good progress, aren't we? All right, let's come back out of here. Which way should we go? Let's go back out this way. This will take us back through the saloon and more people. Hang on. Let's go this way around. There we go. All right. The last thing to talk about is the beach club, tender garage, and the engine space, and we can access all of that this way. Now there is a door just over there that takes you down to the engine space, and I'll show you where that leads to, but we'll take a loop down this way. We've got the shower on the back here for a start. That is the passerelle that we came on board via, and that retracts in. We've got the sun pads here. This door is carbon fibre. It's incredibly light. I think, if I remember rightly, 150 kilograms. It's incredible when you consider the size of the thing, but it is because it's carbon fibre. And then check this out. Now this you can use however you want. A little relaxing area down here. You can use it as a gym. Do what you like with it, but that is your beach club. There's also in here a toilet and a shower. So you can find some lights. Hey, look at that, there we go. So Louis in here, showers in there. Brilliant, if people are all in the water and playing and so forth, this is a nice little chilled out spot right at water level. You can sit here, relax, watch the kids play, be out of the weather a little bit if it's very hot and sunny. And I mentioned that window, didn't I, that was in the bottom of the hot tub. There it is. Look at that. That's pretty nifty, isn't it? Okay, now this isn't the normal way into the engine room, but since we're down here, it seems the logical way to go. And that is through here. So the first thing we find is the garage. Isn't it interesting? This, of course, is where you don't tend to find people. You only get geeks like me wanting to look in places like this. And you guys, I hope you're appreciating this. I'm sure you are. Custody tender, it's about a 5-meter tender. It's a big tender, and this is really interesting. You see how it looks like it's sat in a little swimming pool? And that is because when you open the shell door on the side of the boat, you can flood this and float the boat out. There is a crane as well. There we go, that's the crane, like a beam crane. But it does mean you can float the boat out. Look how all the console drops down flat, so that would lift up into place and the boat's afloat. Same with the seating, you can see that's detached, because of course it's got to fit in to this gap. And you ain't going to do it if all of that is up and in place. So they designed these specifically for this purpose. You can see how it's got a center lifting point as well. A lot of thought goes into this stuff, but yeah, that's a pretty decent tender, that, and that's the door that takes you out to the outside. And so, engines. All right, here we go. As spectacular as the rest of the yacht, this is mega. So if you come into here, as you'd expect in an engine room, you'll find a pair of engines, and what you'll actually find is a pair of Caterpillar C32 ACERT diesel engines. There's one over there, and there's one down here. They're 1,300 horsepower each, and they give it the boat about 16.5 knots flat out, 14.5 knots cruise, or drop the speed right back to a 12-knot cruise, and you'll get 3,800 miles of range. So it has got some serious legs, this one. Pretty meaty engineering, isn't it? Huge generators in here, huge exhaust systems, workbenches in here, water makers are in here, control panels in here. Big league, isn't it? Big league. Alrighty, that's the ladder that we saw. Remember I said there was a doorway in the side of the cockpit area, and you can come down that doorway, or in through that doorway rather than down the ladder. That's where that would come out. And if we come back here, there's actually a control room. There we go, check this out. Now this has got a control system a little bit like we saw up at the bridge. I'm not going to play this one because it looks even more complicated. But yeah, you can control and configure everything from here. But you've also got all sorts of other complicated buttons and switches and dials and stuff of which I don't recognise much of. The generator control here and shoreline control, I know what those are. That's delivering your shore power either from the diesel generators or through the shore power. But yeah, you know you're big league when you have a proper control room, don't you? And that looks out into the engine room. Just fantastic. Okay, we'll come back out this side. We're going to loop back round. Little sink there, look. Please wash your hands. Back through the garage. Past the tender. Let's close that behind me. Steps up, and out we come. There we go. Brilliant. I think this is as good a place to end as any. I might even enjoy one of these wonderful sun lounges. There we go. I'm going to take a seat here. I'm going to put my feet up. Oh, it's been a long day, and I'm going to say massive thanks to IAS Yachts for organising that tour. That's been a fascinating one to have a look at. Let me know what you think of that in the comments, and we will catch you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.